Jones. I'm 18 and I started dancing when I was 4 years old. Because I started dancing at 4 years old at Nutmeg, I didn't technically choose, but I've been in and out of the building since I was a newborn, and I have loved every second of getting to be there. It's my second home. I dance because I adore the structure and the details of it. I dance because I think it's an intricate and beautiful way to tell a story. I dance because I love the history behind ballet. I love the beauty of it, and I love the challenge of such a difficult art form that's so complex and will never be perfect. That's part of the drive and part of why it's so hard to get bored of ballet, because it will never be perfect and you can always be improving. I think I would like to tell younger me to dream bigger, to let myself, to not limit myself, to not always humble myself, to believe in myself more, and to enjoy the little moments, the everyday things more, to make more memories at that point in time, just to enjoy it while it lasts, and to not hide and try and blend in.
Hi, my name is Bridget Gildersleeve. I have been dancing since I was 3 years old, and the reason I chose Nutmeg was because at my old dance studio and in my old home state, I wasn't really enjoying my environment, and I definitely wanted to pursue ballet professionally, but I knew that where I was and what I was doing was not going to lead me on that path. So when I needed a change of environment, I looked for boarding schools and I looked for ballet boarding schools, and I was doing the Vaganova method already, so everything about Nutmeg had already aligned with my values, and I have family in Connecticut, so it was very nice to find almost like a perfect living situation, if there was one, and come to Nutmeg. So that is why I chose Nutmeg. I dance because without ballet, I don't think I would be a complete person. Because as much as you can perfect the art and have athleticism and all these things that make up ballet, really ballet just makes me happy. And above anything else, I just want to do what makes me happy. And for the longest time, ballet wasn't making me happy, and it was really hard to get through to that. But since coming to Nutmeg and exploring my artistry and having freedom in movement and just doing so many roles and having so many performance opportunities, where I was able just to gain confidence, I was able to appreciate more dancing, and now that's really why I dance. If I were to talk to my younger self, I would tell her to not be afraid of who you are and what you are, because for the longest time when I was doing ballet, I was scared to be myself. I had no confidence. I had lots of anxiety entering the classroom. So once I truly accepted myself for what I am and for really who I was at that moment, I was able to move forwards, because being scared of who you are and being ashamed of what you put out in the classroom is never good, because every person is an individual. As much as we can do corps de ballet work and we are one big team, which is great and wonderful, but every part of the team and what you add is going to be slightly different. No two people are the same. So I would just really say and emphasize to her that your uniqueness is what's going to make you succeed. Don't try to blend into the background, when in reality, coming forwards and accepting all of yourself will help you be the best team player and member you can be.
Hi, my name is Hannah Leonard. I'm 18 years old, and I started ballet when I was 10 years old. I moved away from home to go to the rock school when I was a sophomore in high school and came here for my junior and senior year. I chose Nutmeg because it seemed like a supportive family. I had taken the audition over Zoom class, and the class seemed very educational. It had a strong basis of foundation, and everyone just looked like they enjoyed it here, and the studios were like beautiful. I knew this place would help me take my career to the next level and help me with the path to get into a company, which I've always wanted to do. I dance because of the dedication it takes and the way that every day you're getting better, and you might not see it every day, but eventually you'll start to feel stronger and start to feel more secure in your technique to take it to the next level where you can perform more and show your artistry. And I've always loved just like, I guess, sweating and working hard, and I feel like nobody works harder than ballerinas. And every day coming into the studio, starting from pliés, going through olive bar and olive center, it just takes a lot of determination and dedication, which everyone here has. I would tell my younger self, it's okay not to be the best. You just have to keep going and be happy where you are in your technique. I definitely used to focus a lot on just whacking my leg to my head and not about the strength. And Nutmeg definitely taught me how to control my limbs and get stronger in my technique. But yeah, giving up is so easy, and it's definitely the easy way out. But I just wake up every morning and tell myself, keep going, you're almost there, and eventually I'll be in a company.
Hi, my name is Lucas Marr. I'm 18 years old, and I started dancing when I was 14. I chose to come to Nutmeg because they had a strong men's program. We have 8 boys here, which might not sound like a lot, but it is for a ballet program. We get lots of partnering classes and men's classes, and it's great to have other peers to look up to. I would tell my younger self to work hard, but relax. Work hard because that's the only way you get anywhere, but relax because you know that working hard will get you what you want.
Hi, my name is Eli Petraia. I'm 18 years old. I started dancing when I was 4 and chose to specialize in ballet when I was 13. I chose Nutmeg because coming out of COVID and quarantine, I realized that I wanted to do more ballet because the absence of dance classes really highlighted how much it meant to me. And Nutmeg was the best option to get as much dance as I wanted to at the quality that I wanted. If I could talk to my younger self, I would tell myself that every little thing matters, even if you can't see the effects in the short term. Every correction I get, every conditioning class, every yoga class, every positive thing that I tell myself, it all helps shape my future dancing and future self.
My name is Ella Bonner. I'm 18 years old. I started dancing when I was 12, so I was in 6th grade. And I chose Nutmeg because I wanted to get a higher quality of dance education. And as soon as I started ballet, I really fell in love with it. There was no period of indifference in my mind. I always knew that it was something that I wanted to do more seriously. And so I chose to come to Nutmeg because I heard wonderful things about all of the teachers. I've had friends that went here. And Nutmeg is a school that pushes you just the right amount. So many ballet schools these days can put unrealistic expectations on their students. Nutmeg always knows exactly how to nurture a dancer and their talent. Those are all the things I heard about Nutmeg, so that's how I knew it was the right place for me. I started dancing because when I was in 6th grade, I was reading a book and the main character was a ballerina. And her discipline and personality were just so vivacious and wonderful. And I knew that I wanted to be like that. And growing up, I didn't really have a sport that I was in love with. And I wanted something that I could dedicate a lot of time to, something that I would feel really passionate about, something that I could really identify with. And I fell in love with working hard. I fell in love with the way that ballet is a sport that requires discipline, but more so it's an art and it's beautiful. You can have the best of both worlds. If I could talk to my younger self, I would say go to Nutmeg sooner. But other than that, I would say that procrastination doesn't get you anywhere. Nobody's going to tell you to start something. Nobody's going to tell you to get off your bed and go do your homework. Procrastination really is the thief of all of your success. It's okay to give yourself breaks, but more importantly, you need to get on things today. You can't just say that you'll wait until tomorrow, because tomorrow will turn into the next day. And I think that if I could just talk to my younger self, I would tell her, you're doing great, but stop procrastinating. You know what you want in life. Just please go chase your dreams sooner, because you're capable of it, and just believe in myself more.
Hi, my name is Katrina Gonzalez. I'm 20 years old. I started dancing when I was 4, and as I got older, I started dancing contemporary and modern styles, but I always loved ballet the most. In the summer of 2021, I decided to come to the Nutmeg Summer Intensive, and I really resonated with the teaching style here, so I decided to come for the post-grad program. At the time, I wasn't sure about pursuing dance professionally, but my dad told me to just give it everything I've got, and that's what I did my first year. So I decided to come back a second year, and I've really loved it. I dance because it brings me peace. I dance because there's literally nothing else in my life that makes me feel as fulfilled as doing a full ballet class, as participating in rehearsal, or even doing pas de deux class. And dance is the kind of thing where the more you give, the more you receive. And dance is so challenging, but it always keeps me coming back because there's no end to the hard work. And it's just so rewarding when you can go on stage and you know that turn hits or that balance hits, and it's just a really great feeling. Okay, last question. I would tell my younger self to have more fun and to take things less seriously. I remember being like 12 years old in the studio and being so serious and not talking to people, but I've learned that the more fun you have, the better your performance is going to be, because during the performance you have to have that aliveness and that sense of joy. So I've just really incorporated that into my training.
Hi, I'm Grace. I'm 19. I started dancing when I was 11, and I chose Nutmeg because in my senior year of high school, I realized that college was not the path for me, and I decided to pursue ballet, and Nutmeg was the best step to take next for that. If I could talk to my younger self, I would tell myself that progress isn't linear and that every bit of effort and everything I do to push myself will count, and it'll all help in the end.
My name is Caroline Backus. I'm 18 years old. I started dancing when I was 4 years old. I first heard about Nutmeg in 2019, and I was 12 years old, and I came to the summer intensive, and then 4 years later I came back for this last summer, and then I really enjoyed it, so I decided to come back for the year-round program. The advice I would give myself when I was younger would be to push myself always, like even if I'm not having a good day, just to still push myself every day, because you never know what could happen.
My name is Kendall Hansen. I started dancing at the age of 5, and I chose Nutmeg because I came here over the summer and I found it was really interesting and fun, and I just loved the place so much. I dance because
it really brings out a different side of me. It brings out a more confident personality, and it brings me to my true self, if that makes sense. If I could talk to my younger self, I think I would say don't give up on all of it yet, because there's so much more that you just haven't seen yet. And I think to really succeed here at Nutmeg, I would tell myself, just work as hard as you can and don't get discouraged, because good things always come your way.
Hi, I'm Haley Mizuko. I'm 18 years old and I started dancing when I was 7. I came to Nutmeg for the summer intensive in 2023 and I loved the people and the environment, so I decided to come for the year round. One thing that I would have told my younger self was to keep working hard and to keep following my dreams, because you can achieve them.
Hi, I'm Gabriella. I'm 16 and I've been dancing since I was 3. I chose to come to Nutmeg because, well, I came here for the summer intensive and I just really loved the conservatory atmosphere, and I found it so easy to focus and work towards, my future and really work on myself when I'm surrounded by people with such like mindsets and goals. I dance because I love being on stage and performing for people, whether it be through acting or singing or dancing. I just love telling stories for an audience. If I could give any encouragement to little me, I would tell her to never lose sight of her dreams, to stay determined, stay hardworking, and I would tell her that you're gonna hear more no's than yeses in this industry, but just remembering that all I've ever wanted to do since I can remember is be on stage, never giving up, and just persevering through all the hard times, because in the end, it'll all be worth it. I've learned so much during my time at Nutmeg. I've of course become a stronger and more confident dancer, but I've also learned things like work ethic and teamwork and time management and so many other life skills that I know will come in handy later in life. But most of all, I've learned how to be celebratory and happy for all of my peers' successes. There's really nothing more rewarding than becoming a family with, your peers and treating their wins as your own.
Hi, my name's Brianna. I'm 18 years old. I started dancing basically when I could walk. And the reason that I chose Nutmeg is because the community here is just so accepting and so joyous. Coming here has really been such a special part of my life, and I can't wait to continue to make friends here in the future. Dance because it is a way for me to express my emotions. I find that sometimes words can't get the message out, but really expressing it with my body can. If I could talk to my younger self, I would definitely tell her to keep pushing through and that everything will be okay.
Hi, my name is Eve. I'm 20 years old. I started dancing when I was 4, and I came to Nutmeg because my home studio teachers had connections with Miss Kunch, and that's how I found about it and auditioned. I dance because growing up I played a lot of instruments, and I also did quite a few sports, so doing dance gave me the ability to kind of combine the artistry and musicality from music and the athleticism from playing sports. I would say the biggest piece of encouragement I could give to my younger self is to not be afraid of falling and trying new things, because that's where you're gonna push yourself and push your boundaries. The biggest thing I learned so far at Nutmeg is that artistry is equally as important as technique.
My name is Cameron Sedlak. I'm 19 years old and I've been dancing with Nutmeg since I was 3 years old. Without Nutmeg, I wouldn't be the person I am today, and it's made me a really well-rounded artist, and I'm thankful for that. If I could tell my younger self one thing, I think it would be that everyone reaches their potential at different paces, and it's important to take your time and not compare yourself to the people around you, because we're all different.
I'm Madison. I'm 19. I started dancing when I was 3, and I chose Nutmeg because of the family-like atmosphere. My younger self that there is time for improvement, and that I just need to be patient, and that it will come with a lot of hard work.